Hello everybody, this is Draconian from Draconian Gaming. Today we're playing Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. But not just any Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Today we have got the Star Trek Armada 3 mod, which is a total conversion for the game. It basically turns everything, and I do mean everything, from normal Sins into Star Trek lore, down to planets, ships, characters, voiceovers, basically you name it, it changes it completely over. Definitely worth playing. I've been playing it on and off now for close to a year. I've played all the updated versions, and I will admit the current one is probably my favourite as it stands. There's a lot to do. Anyone who's thinking, oh great, oh, let's play it, just as a heads up, this is not a campaign game. It is a real-time strategy game. So basically, you set up all the plays, you do it all yourself. There is no campaign on this. So if you're into campaigning, unfortunately, this game's not going to be for you. If you're into strategy games, then this game is perfect for you. So let's start a new matchup. So on this screen, you have got the option of what kind of map sizes you want to do. Crap, there's a big bold cube in the background. Run. So basically, you can do small maps from anything from 2 players up to large maps when you can have 10 players. Just a heads up, if you're still new to the game, I'd recommend sticking with the smaller maps. Today I'm just going to show you a quicker one, so we'll go for a smaller map. Uh, let's go for the Sol system. As you can see up here, it's got maximum of 3 players, 1 star, which basically means there's just one big sun. There's 39 planets, and it's best for a free-for-all, so kind of gives you an idea of what kind of maps each game is going to be best played for. So down here we've got the game options. So you can have locked teams, you can adjust the size of your fleets, you can switch pirates on or off. Personally, I like to leave them on just for a bit of more entertainment value. You can do quick start, so basically you have things preset up for you, so you have to do absolutely everything from scratch. Random events, so basically you could have a Borg cube appear, you could have species 846429, possibly got that name wrong. There's loads of other different things that can be pulled out there that can just randomly happen. You've got your difference on your money coming in, so you can have it as slow, medium, fast, or fastest. I like it on fastest just because obviously you get to build your ships a lot quicker and a lot better. Same again for your building of your ships. Uh, for your ship speeds, I have been told if you set it too quickly, it can go a bit screwy when the ships are trying to fly because they might just go completely out of each other's range before attacking. That one I'm not 100% sure on because I will admit I've not played around with that one enough to be able to do it, but I'm just happy with it being on normal speed. So again, you got the same again on research. This is one that I don't like. Culture. So basically, every time you take over a planet, it gets added to your empire, and obviously they're in your realm. Well, basically within your empire itself. If another empire is close to you and they start doing more propaganda than you, basically they can take over your planet without even firing a single shot at you, which can be challenging. And I suppose if you've got a group of your people together, it can be fun. But it can also be an absolute pain in the arse because you could lose half your planets without even losing a single ship, which makes it really interesting to figure out how you play the game. So victory speed, always keep that as normal. I don't see the point of putting it on fastest or slow. So set those options. Victory options. So you can have diplomatic victory. So basically, if you ally yourself with absolutely everybody, then yep, you've won. Flagship victory. So you put, basically as it says, you put your flagship out there. If it gets destroyed, you lose. If you kill everybody else's, you win. Capital victory, literally as it sounds, you have one capital planet. If that gets taken out, game over. Research victory. So basically, if you completely do all your research before everyone else, you win. Occupational victory, I will admit I've not done that yet, so that's something I will play around with later on. And ally victory, so basically if you're in a group of people and basically one of those guys takes out the other team, you win as well. So let's go on to the next screen. So as you can see, it's got 3 things loads up there. So you can set the teams as random, so basically you don't have any control of it and it just does it itself. So these are the teams that are currently available. So you've got the Federation, um, which is just basically how it normally is on the Star Trek lore. One thing that I would possibly ask if the developers, if they are listening to this, if it's possible to have that flipped over from either being Federation to the alternative universe Empire, because as the game stands out, you go out there, you take over planets. Not something that the Federation would do, but it's something the Empire would have done. So I don't know if anyone can feed that back to him. By all means, please do. Then you've got the Klingons. Uh, as you can imagine, pretty much as how the Klingon Empire goes. Lots of ships. Basically, some of them got scaffolding sticking out of them still because they just don't want to recycle anything. You have the sneaky Romulans. Their ships are quite stealthy, quite maneuverable, quite fun to play with. I will admit there are some ships on there which I absolutely love. There's some that I hate. They have got the scimitar, which I love. It has got some of the perks that you see on the film, even though the film was rubbish. They are quite good fun to play with, but you've got to know what you're doing with those ships to get a decent match. Then you've got the Cardassians. Hello, Goldicott, if you're listening. The Cardassians are, I will admit, in my perspective, one of the harder races to play, just due to the fact of when I've played them before, to get their main Titan, you have to be in a coalition, which means you have to have another Cardassian slash Dominion race with you to be able to build it properly. There is a normal Titan you can build out there which doesn't require this, but to me, it's not the same thing. I don't know why it was set up like that one. It may be an in-depth reason as to why behind it, but obviously I don't know. Like I said, they are a good race, but they are difficult to play. And now my least favourite ones to go up against, the Borg. Don't get me wrong, playing as the Borg is great fun. Um, the ships are really, really tough. The downsides are they are an absolute nightmare to build because you don't get much money coming in, and obviously that's one of the main things you need for building your ships. The second thing is they are incredibly tough, like I've just said, but they are extremely slow. It could take you up to 5 minutes just to cross the solar system of one section. It's crazy. You would have thought with how technical advanced the Borg are, they would have sneaky ways getting across, but no. So right, I'm going to go ahead and pick some teams for us. So I'm going to be the Federation or Terran Empire, whichever I like to prefer to call it. So I'm going to choose to go up against the Cardassians and the Romulans. The only reason why I've not chosen the Klingons is because I actually like them. So just for this match, I'm going to drop it down to easy. You can set it so those factions can be a strategist, they can be a fortifier, they can go into science, which basically means they upgrade all their ships to pretty much quickly. They can be economists, so basically they'll put all the money away, so if anything happens, they've got it ready. Or you can just have it as random. That symbol just identifies that they are the AI versions, and obviously that's a human version. That one you've got easy, normal, hard, expert, and suicide. So that should actually be recorded my personal opinion. And extra suicide. So there is a fair few different levels you can do this against. I will admit I have done some easies, I've done some mediums, but just for this video I'm doing it as easy so I can describe everything to you as I'm doing it. So you can alter all the symbols to match up to obviously the correct faction that you're using. So I'm with Federation, so let's change my stuff to the Federation symbols. There we go. That was the Cardassians. So where's the Cardassian symbol? There we go, and they are yellow. And the sneaky Romulans. So they're green, and where's the Romulan? There it is. So that's all the team set up. All the options have been set up for obviously victory, and let's kick it in. We keep falling back. The Dominion keeps pushing forward, I tell you. Worf! War is too much fun when you're winning. Defeat makes my wounds ache. Jenna Martok to Worf. Personally, I don't remember what episode that one's from, but I'm guessing someone who's probably listened to this won't remember, then tell me straight away. So the annoying thing about Sins is it is a pretty old game, so unfortunately it's still on 32-bit, so it does take a bit of time to buff up and load up. So now it's all loaded up, let's take a look, see what we've got. So we are on Jupiter, thank God, because last time I did a test video of this, I was on Uranus, and you can imagine what kind of laughter I had at myself for that one. So let's have a look at the ships we've got. These are the constructor ships, and they are really nice looking ships. These are the same kind of ones that you used to get on Star Trek Armada 1 and 2 for building and deploy different things. There are two different types of ones on this game. There are ones that can do star bases only, and then you've got your normal ones, which are back here, which look identical. The only way you'll really be able to tell on them is by clicking on it, and then just notice down here all the options appear for building normally. That's a normal constructor ship. If I select down on this one, you only get one option, Starbase Constructor. That has been something that's only been available for the past couple of mods where it's giving you a starbase straight away. Personally, I think it's a good idea. I'm not a big fan of the fact, obviously, it disables the warp engine, so basically you have to build it within this solar system, well, this planet radius. Ideally, my personal perspective is I could do without being moved, so a couple of jumps either way, but we just might do what we've done. Well, one thing I always do is plant it near the entrance of where people warp in. Warp in? Warp. Nah, put my teeth and try again. Warp into the system. So I usually bang it about there because that line designates where most people can warp into the sector. So we've got a couple of ships ready and waiting for us, which are the Novas. You may remember seeing them from Voyager episodes. My personal feeling of the Novas aren't a bad ship, but just due to the fact of obviously how many other Federation ships are out there. Again, I don't know if the developers are going to be able to hear or see this, or if it gets fed back to them. I wonder if it's possible to have these switched over to the NX class ships, because they're not much different size-wise, not much different firepower-wise. To be honest, the NX ships look pretty damn cool. I know they are outdated to obviously some of the ships that are on this one, but without giving too much away, you've still got Miranda classes in this game. They're from the original series, which is only just ahead of Enterprise, which not a massive jump. These ships are mainly used for exploring, so basically you can set them to auto-navigate the entire system before they get killed. I will admit I went about 24 games before I realised that concept, and I used to just send them out manually and wait for them to get destroyed. And they're also really good for finding minefields and taking them out. But if you're going to do that one, I would suggest having a cluster of ships. So what I'm going to do is zoom out. This is one of the Stardocks you can build. So this one builds your frigates and your cruisers. So as you can see straight away, you've got a few options available to you. You've got the Conley ship, which is good, but you can't group them together with other ships, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. You've got the Novas, as I've just said, so I'm just going to build 2 more of them whilst I'm talking. And you've got the Sabres, which are a fairly new ship. These ships were mainly designed and built for fighting against the Borg, but obviously because the Borg situation went away for a while,
Bring up local star charts.
They kind of stopped being as popular as most people like. There are other ships available, which I will show you as time goes on.
Begin a sensor scan.
There's my last Nova come through. So basically, you can highlight them all.
Begin a sensor scan.
And that first option says survey mission. So if you right click on it, it enables it, and it will send them all out.
Begin a sensor scan.
For solar systems to go exploring with. My starbase is just nicely building here. I will admit, they do look nice. I know one of the previous versions of this mod, they had the Unity
planetary system detected
station on there, which I don't know if many of you people are aware of, was one of the Star Trek Command games, which was really good. The Unity station was massive. It was a combined effort from the Federation, the Klingons, the Romulans, and some other smaller factions. And it was basically designed to be a peace treaty place where everyone could settle the differences, but it was armed to the teeth. So if anyone ever came looking for it, God help.
Planetary system detected.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep on talking as I'm playing on, but I'm going to start getting my stuff sorted before I end up getting killed by lots of people. On your capital, you've got several options. Instantly it jumps you so you can see all the types of ships you can build. That one is currently not available because that's your Titan / Dreadnought. You basically have to build a specialist docking bay, construction bay, just for that, and that costs a fair bit of money. But I'll explain that one as we're going on. So you got planet government.
Planetary
so
system
this basically
detected.
shows you everything that's your planet's currently set up for: civilization, logistics, tactical, capital,
Planetary
exploration,
system
research
detected.
facilities, social, industrial, smuggling. Basically, most of it's
Station
self-explanatory.
complete.
So you can upgrade these from basic to most advanced. Your capital will always have the most on it. You can set it up as a social specialist or an industry specialist. So basically you can set it up so it's dedicated towards income and shipbuilding, or you can set it so it favours your population and your culture.
Enemy engaged.
And it sounds like one of my novas are now under attack. And it is up there. So what's gone against them? I didn't get a chance to see that one, but I think it was 2 cruisers. Oh, there we go. Darmok exploration cruisers. I will admit I'm not familiar with that race off the top of my head. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of weapons and ship types they are when I go and visit them next. Oh wait, might be able to have a quick look now. So here we go. Right, yes, I do recognise this ship. I think it was one that appeared on the Next Generation. I will admit, off the top of my head, I don't remember too much details about them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when I go up against them. So, as I was saying, obviously you can set it up to be social and industry. It's kind of hardcore to say which way to go because both of them have their perks. Due to the fact of obviously the Federation is a money one and a peaceful one, I'd say go for social specializations.
Insufficient dilithium.
And I've run out of dilithium already, which is never good. So, but you can actually buy some back straight away. There we go. Right, I've upgraded that one a fair few times, so I'm just going to leave that as is. So, logistics. Whenever time you take over a new system, basically there are mining bases around. There's either titanium or there's dilithium. Each planet has its own different amounts.
Planetary
Some of them
system
can have 1 on,
detected.
some can have 4 or 5. So basically you use this to auto-populate it. Never doesn't cost much, as you can tell. Then you have your shipyards. These ones can obviously vary depending on what type of ships you want. So this one will build you your frigates and your cruisers. These ones will build your capital ones. As I said before, your Titan / Dreadnought is a different one. I shall show you that in just a moment. Then comes where it comes interesting. This is an Ares type station and a Jupiter type station. This is the civilian and the military outposts. These is linked into your research tree, which I shall show you in a minute. So I should build 1 of each of these. And as you go along, you get trading posts, you get refinery stations, and you get subspace relays. These relays
Insufficient
are
research.
linked into the culture which I was explaining about beforehand. So basically, if you've got a ton of these, your culture will spread further from your own planet into all the other ones. And one thing I was waiting for that to do is I'll build
Yellow alert activated.
I've got yellow alert for something, don't know what. Dimensional incursion has been detected. Ooh, but it doesn't say what. So let's put another one on there. So this is your tactical section. So you've got the phaser turrets. You have got the solar defense systems, which is not something that's ever been shown of on games that I'm aware of. Basically, this is like a small little battle station with hangars on it. You've got the torpedo turrets, which you've probably seen on some Star Trek episodes. You've got the repair dock, which is basically a more advanced version of the one they did on Star Trek Enterprise. Basically repairs all your ships, self-explanatory. And then you have the Avalon type shipyard. That is the one where you build your Titan / Dreadnought from. As you can see, it costs a fair chunk of money.
Station complete.
So what I'm going to do
Station
now
complete.
is build some ships. One thing I didn't click onto for quite a while is the fact if you go to capital ships straight away, it will
Station
automatically
complete.
have for free your first fighting ship that can colonize worlds, which is quite handy because obviously it's easier to group into other ships, and like I said, it can defend itself. It's going to be tough. So I'm going to build myself one of them, and I'm going to build myself about 10 sabers. So I've still got some money left over, so I shall now show you the research tree. So down here, this one is split across several pages, as you can see. So the ship fleet yards is basically this control. This shows you all the upgrades you can do for the defensive
Standing
systems.
by.
So obviously your hull, your shields, the different alloys you can have for your hull to make it better. You've got way to be able to improve the warp capacity and special options within each of the ships as it comes available, which I'll show you as time goes on.
Standing by.
And what else we got? We got the thrusters, so you can increase the turn rate on them, and the multitronics rate. So basically, that
Crew
makes it a bit
standing
more agile, a
by.
bit more
Give
nimble
the
during
word.
fight. So that's quite cool. Then you've got tactical systems, which is your phaser arrays. There's only a few ships that use the proper cannons, which is
Planetary system
it's
detected.
alright. My personal opinion is I prefer the cannons over the arrays. I know a lot of people are going to go boo, but don't get me wrong. I know most Star Trek
Awaiting
has got the
orders.
phaser arrays, but the cannons to me just have that little bit more of a fighting edge for the ships, which gives it a bit of a more punch whilst being in battle. So you can upgrade them. You can upgrade the shield consoles. Basically, it adapts to the kind of weapon fire it comes up against. You can upgrade the torpedoes, the tachyon detection grid. That's
Give the
useful
word.
for some ships so they can start detecting cloaks, and obviously cloak fleets, which I will admit the Klingons, Romulans have got. They can cloak an entire fleet, and then
Planetary
just suddenly
system
uncloak at last
detected.
minute, unleash hell on you, then cloak again before you can return to fire, which makes it kind of difficult to kill, but that kind of takes that out of the option. And basically that just kind of carries on, so you get better and better as time goes on. On the bottom you have got all the ships that you can build, special characters, which is Voyager. That does include the adaptive armor that you see on the very last episode of Voyager, which I'll show you when I get it up and working. You've got Captain Sisko with the Defiant. I will admit, I do like the Defiant as a ship. I think it's a great idea. Small little combat vessel, has just got just as much firepower as a lot of the other ones. Obviously, it's small, it's nimble, it's hard to hit, which is cool. You have got Captain
Planetary
Jean-Luc
system
Picard
detected.
of the Enterprise E. Again, love that ship. I like the fact of on the ship it's got the quantum torpedoes, and they can launch, well, on the films it can launch 14 of them at one go. I don't think the game represents that one as well. I think it only does like 4 or 5 bursts, which is a bit of a par, but obviously they kind of have to restrict it back some other ways. And obviously got all the other ships. So as time goes on, I shall go through them with you as and when we unlock them. So what I'm going to do to start with is unlock high-speed training. So basically that trains your crews to be better, more nimble on the sabers, makes them more agile. Tactical sensors, that's for the Miranda ships, which I shall unlock in a moment, which basically allows them to do a bit more damage during combat. So what I shall do now is unlock the Miranda crafts. Close that off.
Planetary system detected.
And what I'll do is just build 10 of them.
Research
So whilst I'm waiting
complete.
for them to build, there are my sabers. I think you get to see these on a couple episodes of DS9. I know you've seen very briefly on Star Trek First Contact. I will admit they are a nice little looking ship. It's not a bad model. Kind of a unique design for them, because obviously they're not the proper saucer section. They're kind of squashed in, dented in. Looks like there's 2 shuttle bays at the front, whereas most of the Federation ships usually have them in the back. So there them. There is my colony ship, which is a ambassador class. Most people will remember that obviously the Enterprise C
Research
was an ambassador
complete.
class. I will again, older ship, looks okay. It's not too bad. As you can see, the short bay is there, like I just said on the other ones, where they are facing forwards. It's kind of like a Galaxy class, but kind of shrunk down and squashed together. At the moment, I'm just waiting for my Mirandas to finish going ahead, because obviously all that's going ahead. What I'll just do whilst waiting for this,
Enemy vessels detected.
improve my firepower. Improve my shields. And improve my hull plating. And what I will do is I will start going quiet at some point, so I can start trying to catch up with the game to where I would normally be playing at. One thing I'll do whilst I'm still waiting for the Mirandas is show you this. So if you notice up here, this is all the icons for the different type of ships. Each icon represents a different class of ship. So obviously you've got your frigates, your cruisers, and your capitals. Your frigates and your cruisers will look mostly like that one, your capitals will look like this, and your dreadnought will look like something else, which we'll see as we go along.
Crew standing
so
by.
if you click it, you notice it's got a little arrow there, which basically means there is abilities, well, specialist abilities on that ship that you can unlock. Notice straight away down here, you've got option for a fighter squadron. You can have the Pereng squadron, which is a small little attack fighter.
Starfleet.
You can have the Dumby squadron, which is like a bomber. And then there's the advanced versions of these, which are the Valkyries, which appeared on a Star Trek game. I think it was called Invasion for the PlayStation 1. I'm wanting to say, I will admit, it was a good
Planetary
game.
system detected.
I'll be honest, I never completed it, which kind of did my head in because I really want to go back and play it, but I cannot find any adapt conversions anywhere for it on
Acknowledge Starfleet.
Anywhere on the internet, or if there is, I can't spot it quite easily. So what I'm going to do is give myself a bomber and
research
ability
complete.
management. So this basically tells you all the abilities that your ship can
Acknowledge
have.
Starfleet.
So you can have the colonize, which basically you take over the world. Reinforced shields, last stand, which basically, as the Enterprise C had, basically it stood against massive amounts of odds of firepower and went down fighting. This kind of gives you a similar kind of aspect. And long range sensors. So basically this gives you more of an in-depth of seeing other solar systems and what's going off with them. My personal recommendation, select that option, because it will make your life a lot easier for you. And I think that's all our ships sorted. It is. So I'm going to highlight them all.
All crew stand ready.
Go to tactical management and select create
Helm,
fleet.
bring us about.
You can have it as basically all the ships are at a normal distance away. You can have them so they're really far away or really tight. Me personally, I keep them quite close together because obviously they can cover each other and do more damage that way around. One thing that I will say is group your ships. Otherwise, they'll be just jumping out one at one. So basically, it makes them really easy to get picked off as they're going into battle. So let's start catching up with some of the game. So as you can see, my scouts did a fair bit of exploring. In fact, there's still one left going at the moment, which is not doing really well because it's had its backside handed to it. But all the rest have been killed off. So I'm going to start catching up myself.
Adjusting coordinates.
So we're going to head to Io, where as you can see, the last scan of it had 3 Gentech police frigates and 2 Telek heavy enforcers.
Planetary system detected.
Asteroids that we can put under
research
our control once
complete.
we get it.
Adjusting coordinates.
For those who have got really good hearing, yes, I was just having a drink of coffee then. So let's zoom in. So there are some of the ships that are there. So there's the heavy enforcer. There's a police frigate. So let's have a quick zoom in and see what they're like. I recognise these ships. They were from the Next Generation. I can't remember the name of the race, but they were basically going, he'd make it work. He'd make it go. He'd make it better. Then they turn out to be really smart ass people. So
research
here,
complete.
My ships have and everything. What I'm just going to do is pause it for a quick second and drop down the effects because you'll not be able to hear me on top of them. Let's try that. Still quite loud, but your ships will generally do whatever they feel like during attacks, so they will go after whichever target they feel like it unless you tell them to otherwise. So at the moment they're just attacking anything they want to, but you can give the order just like apologies, I'll have to stop it again just so I can drop all these down so I can hear what's going off and you guys can hear me. I'm not saying it's stop combined. Doing some recordings off. But like I said before, my ship has been out there. Which makes me ask if it's possible to have the there. Which again is not very Federation-like, but so we shall now command it to go and take over our planet. So let's have a quick zoom in. So we can just kind of watch how it tries to assimilate the planet. Well, not assimilate the planet, take over the planet in fact. Assimilate is what the Borg do. So as you can see, drop pods have gone down to the planet and they're just
Colonization was successful.
Over it. So as you can see, you do get a symbol on top of it which just claims that it is yours. Apologies for my silence. I was waiting for a few things to start doing because I'm just looking at my money, make sure I've got enough coming in. So what I'll do now is I'm going to set my fleet hopping onto the next quadrant. As I was saying beforehand about culture.
Unable to comply.
Excuse me.
Crew standing by.
Apologies, I forgot to set that one as Group 1 then.
Helm, bring us about.
These blue lines represent your culture. As you take over more and more planets, the lines will appear, but as I said before, if you get the subspace relays going, that can push all yours back and you'll lose your planets. So what I'll do now is I'm going to start upgrading this planet. So straight away, what I personally do is I do my dilithium and my titanium mining. Then what I personally do next is drop these guys down.
Adjusting coordinates.
Unable to comply.
Which basically just helps your research level. So now I have got the ability to unlock some more things. So I can unlock Janeway now. A ship is quite good, I will admit. I do like the Intrepid class. Just again, because it's like the Defiant, it's small, it's nippy, it's got a ton of firepower. If you've ever looked at the models of them, you will see there is phaser strips galore all over the damn thing. It's just a shame, obviously, on Voyager, the show itself, it never really showed most of those phaser strips doing damage. It just usually either the front or the rear ones just going for it. So I shall have Janeway. And now I have lost ability to have some other things, so I shall wait for my money to build back up. I can also unlock the Norway class. I will admit, not familiar with that one. As the one that came in service, it might possibly wander around for the Borg time. It may not have been. They're not a bad ship.
Colonization was successful.
I shall have it. You also get the Centaur, quite a new one. I remember that one being featured in a couple of DS9 episodes. The Curry class, I don't think that's been ever shown anywhere before. I think that's a personal model that the guys have created for this game. It's basically a fighter-based
Station
ship, so
complete.
basically they're loaded up with fighters, kind of like how the Titan was on Star Trek Invasion. And you get the Steamrunner class. Again, it's something that's shown in Star Trek First Contact, and it's also shown in a couple of DS9 episodes. This thing is a long-range torpedo launcher. You can set that on the edge of the galaxy, on the edge of the system, and just launch torpedoes at people until they get bored of you, then come and kill you. Unfortunately, it's good at doing damage. It's not very good at taking it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Norway, and I'm also just going to upgrade my shields and my hull plating. And whilst I'm just waiting for that to happen, one thing to bear in mind: the special characters, Janeway, Cisco, Picard, they fall under a capital ship requirement. So for that, you have to go to Starfleet Academy and then upgrade your listings here. So all these top ones are for your capitals. So you can have a maximum, I think it's 12 or 13 capital ships that you can have at once. And this bottom one is your normal fleet amount that you can have. So basically this, as this goes up, gives you more and more options for obviously the amount of ship supplies you can have. So I'll unlock another one of them, just be on the safe side. Do that one so I can have Janeway. I think my guys have done their job automatically without me telling them, so they've took over another planet.
We await your command.
So I'm going to move them on to the next sector, and I'm just going to do my bits and bobs here.
Research complete.
Warp speed.
Ooh, Janeway's here already. There's coffee in them nebulas. So there she is. Unfortunately, the names of the ships are completely randomized. So you basically you can get Voyager, but it won't be called Voyager. You can amend it by clicking on it. And there you go. Click rename.
Adjusting coordinates.
So there we go. And she has special abilities. So she's got sensor triangulation, which basically improves sense contacts and hitting people. Tactical holofleet was an option which she put on herself during a battle against the Kazon. The ability of generators, which is the special armor she got on the very last episode by her future self. And then it's just a normal self, Voyager. So I'm going to go for this generator shielding because I do like it.
Prepare the docking bays.
What I'll do in a second, so you can see it, is that's enabled. I'm just trying to get it to force do it, but I don't think it will.
Research complete.
So what I'll do is I'll set Voyager off. Go and catch up with these, and hopefully we should be able to see the shielding kick in. Whilst I'm waiting for her to do that, I'm just going to have a quick gander through this one. So yeah, we've now got some more options. We've got the Galaxy class ships.
Research
love those.
complete.
We've got the Intrepids, which is just Voyager itself. And we've got the Constellation class, which is Captain Picard's first command, I do believe. Oh, just bear with me 1 second. They are repair ships. They can do some damage out, but they are mainly designed to just help the fleet. For those guys who are just wondering what I did then, basically the pirates are active, and up here it tells you who they're going to go against. It was aimed at me. You can outbid them out and make them go for somebody else, which is what I've just done there.
Station complete.
Right, zoom in on Voyager. One thing I don't know if it's possible, if the mod guys can take a look into this one, is to make it so our engines go up and down when she's in warp.
Research complete.
So she's gone into the fight. I think it might be too late.
Full power to the engines. Prepare to engage the enemy.
So, wait, don't disappear yet.
Ahead, impulse
so she's gone to go into battle now.
Enemy vessels detected.
And just out of interest, up here, if you don't know if you noticed, that's now changed again. The Cardassians are outbid what I was doing for the bounty, so I'm just going to pull it back up so it goes for them there. certain amount of time. I will admit, it is a time limit thing, so it's still check. Apologies for me keep on pausing this every so often. Yeah, I have got the details set higher, so I'm not sure why that didn't look a bit better, but hey ho. So I'll just back out, let that fight finish off. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build up another fleet. So still got that ability there. It will now charge you a lot more money for this type of ship, but it's worth doing. So obviously we've got the Norway class now, so I think I'll have a few of them. I'll have 5 of them.
Yellow alert.
And
Activated.
I forgot to pay to use Voyager, so I shall do that now. Some of the other things obviously you can do is for orbital command, which is basically all your defense stuff. So there's all the turrets, the small battle stations, the repair docks. You can have outpost constructions, which kind of gives like a 2 version of an outpost. You can have a civilian one, which has got minimal firepower and
Status report.
defenses, or you can have the big
Colonization was
starbase
successful.
one, obviously, which you just saw me build right at the beginning of the game. So you can have those built as time goes on. Federation Council, which is basically your economical, your development, and your infrastructure. One thing I'm just going to do quickly now is make it so I get more dilithium and titanium, just to make life easier when it comes to building stuff. So,
Insufficient dilithium.
and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it, because I don't
All
like it when it
crews
says that every
stand
5
ready.
seconds. I'm also just going to give myself some money and sort this lot out. That unlocks my trading ports.
Research complete.
So that. So I basically
Research
used a fair bit of money
complete.
up just doing that one, but it was worth it. Science Council. Throughout the planets you take over, you can tell your planet to explore itself and basically find some artifacts. These artifacts are randomized on planets and what they can do, so it's never going to be the same. Basically, when you unlock one, it will appear on it, and if you hover over it, it will tell you what it kind of gives you a perk of. So at the moment, I've got my Norways now, so let's have a quick look into them. Again, not a normal kind of design for the ships. Kind of like a Nova kind of meets a Steam Runner. And there's my next
Research
colonizer
complete.
ship. So again, bombers, colonize. You can actually force your ones to manually upgrade to a certain point, just in case you ever wanted to bump your ships up quickly. So now we've got some more money coming through. I've done that. Yeah, let's go for a Galaxy. I do like them. With the Galaxy, it has actually now been made so the saucer will detach from the body and help you join a fight, but that is only for a short time. What I'll just do 1400. Just drop that down one. There we go. So I shall zoom out. So there's the Intrepids.
Research
Don't actually cost
complete.
that much considering what kind of ship it is, because obviously it describes it as a light command cruiser, but it's heavily armed, which to me conflicts against each other. You can't be light command cruiser and yet be armed to the teeth. You have one or the other. So whilst
We
I'm just
await your
waiting for that to do,
command.
I'm going to
Adjusting
send my first
coordinates.
fleet, keep on doing some more venturing. This kind of here, this symbol here means they are pirate
Research
bases nearby,
complete.
and as you can see by what was down on the listings, on the last intel, there was a fair few ships out there. So once I've got a bit of a decent fleet up together, I might just go and start chasing them and kill them off. As you can see, there's a fair few.
Warp speed.
There was an M-class planet,
Research
which is Earth,
complete.
which
Research
is
complete.
controlled by the Bajoran militia for some bizarre reason. Don't know why that one is. Don't think Ghoul will be impressed with that one. Damn Bajoran slaves should be back where they belong. So we have some more ones here.
Adjusting coordinates.
Degree fields. Can't be colonized, can't be taken over, but if you have got the colony ships, you can take over all the mining sections of that one. So now I have a bit of money. They're going to go have a quick battle. Did I set Voyager to go with that one? Yes, I did.
Go ahead. What's on your mind?
So basically, they're just going to keep on going, killing people until I tell them not to.
Enemy engaged.
Let's see if we can build some more ships here. So what I might do first is, there's my Galaxy class ship, so I should build that one just due to the fact that it takes a lot of supplies up. And I'll still have enough for some Voyager ships. I can just get one more ship, I'll be happy, then I'll have my second fleet
Research
created.
complete.
So there we go. So just wait for them to finish going through. I don't think I've got any Voyagers out there at the moment. Let's have a quick zoom in. There's
Standing
my Galaxy
by.
class. It's a shame that you can't have the upgraded version of this one where you get the one from the alternative reality where Riker is an admiral and you have the massive phaser gun under this. Again, I don't know if the devs are watching, but I don't know if that's a possible one for future upgrade for the Galaxy class ships.
Research complete.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
So there she is. I can tell straight away she's a lot bigger than the Ambassador class. Oh, and we have some Voyager ones. So there we go. Just like the TV series, just as nice. This is what I mean by the phaser arrays on this
Warp
thing, because
speed.
Standing by.
There's one there, there's one there. On the TV show, there was actually 3 there on the line. There was some back here, some there. Obviously, you got the ones underneath. There's one there which was never used. And I think there was
Research
one back there, but I
complete.
can't remember. But yeah, I've almost got all my ships. So what I'll do, highlight
Armed
them
and
all,
ready.
create a fleet,
Adjust heading.
all tight, group together, and I'll call you Group 2. So Group 2 can go here.
Alter course.
All
Take a look how
crews
Group 1 are
stand
doing.
ready.
Come on, Group 1, pull your finger out your backside. And so that way, they've done some damage to our fleet. I may have to reinforce them this way. I'm
Adjusting
quite surprised at
coordinates.
that. Ooh, Tyrant
Research
Scout.
complete.
Ah, the damn Cardis have found us. So,
Yes.
Voyager has been destroyed.
Ahead.
that's not
Impulse
good.
power.
So,
Warp speed.
get that back out there. I think what I'm going to need to do now is possibly be quiet for a few minutes whilst I just try catching up on
Changing
some
heading.
technical development and get out there and help our ships. So what I might do, 1624, yeah, I think I'll have a few of you.
Research complete. Insufficient dilithium.
Warp speed.
Insufficient latinum.
So yeah, I've got another 10 ships going out towards them in a minute.
Adjusting coordinates.
What I think I might do whilst Fleet 2 is in the area
We await your command.
is just give them
All sections on standby.
because it looks like they have destroyed my colonizing ship. So what I might do,
Standing by.
call them Fleet 1.
Fire when ready.
And getting those kicked and backside. So where is my Galaxy class? I know you're around here somewhere. Ah! That's what's left of my colonizing ship. Dang damn it! That's not wonderful, friends. So look, Germany's back. Whoa!
Research.
There she is. Possibility, so torpedo volley. Cluster version. Taking names and kicking ass is build myself
Standing by.
Insufficient.
Another.
Research.
Galaxy class. Because what I'll do is I'll reinforce that one and call that one Group 1. Seems though I kind of lost my bearings a bit on that one, so
Awaiting
apologies
orders.
about that, people. I think what I'll also do is, yeah, I think I have a couple more Intrepids.
Research complete.
Yeah, I noticed my Miranda didn't survive much longer for that one.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Acknowledge, Starfleet. Cocky shit. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Apologies, this will
Insufficient
contain some
platinum.
swearing.
Standing by.
Have they defeated them? Yes, they have. So, Group 1.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
What are you waiting for? Get on with it. Apologies, my mouse went a bit crazy on the other sensitive part. There you are.
All sections on standby.
We await your command.
That's it. Spread your seed. Spread it fertily everywhere
Colonization was
through
successful.
misses.
Enemy vessels detected.
So, what have we got incoming? None that I can see of. That's why. Pirate Bounty started again. So, basically, they want to come after me. Not a chance in a million years, you monkey boy.
Armed and ready.
They're
Battle
already.
stations.
Let's go and give them some
Changing
backup.
heading.
Group them together. Have a torpedo volley on that one. So that's that done. Can't lock any more ships as of yet because I've not done any more culture. So, like I said, apologies if I do
Changing
keep on
heading.
quiet. It's just I'm going to start trying to catch up to where I would normally be up to on the game.
Unable to comply.
Come on. So then that should give me some more options. Do the same on this
Changing
planet.
heading.
Can't do much. So sell some of that, buy some of that.
Changing heading.
Insufficient. Latinum.
Damn Latinum. Ferengi taking it all.
Station complete.
So yeah, that's that done. And here comes the rest of my fleet. So
All sections on standby.
they're now linked as Group 1, so let's go exploring.
Adjust heading.
I'm not going to take on the pirate base as of yet for obvious reasons. As you can tell, the fact of I'm getting my ass handed to me by a small group, so I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I have got the ability to create another ship, so what I might do is see what I can unlock.
Station complete.
Oh, I can't unlock the nebulas yet. I can unlock the Phoenix, which is a similar one to the nebulas. I will admit
Station
the Nebula class
complete.
ships are my absolute favourite out of this game. They're probably the most underrated ones, but I really do like the
Adjusting
design of them.
coordinates.
There's the Excelsior ships. Again, great little ship.
Prepare
In fact,
the docking bays.
I might actually unlock them. So there we go. So, Excelsiors. Don't cost the arm on the earth to build. They're quite heavily armed, do a good job, they're all-rounders. Again, they've been around donkey's ages, possibly not as long as Amanda's, but not far off.
Station complete.
So I'll let my money build up and I shall get a nice little fleet of them together. What have we got down here? So we got some pirates. What are you two doing? This can be another thing that your fleet is doing whatever it wants to.
Battle stations.
So what I'm doing- What's that? Oh. Who was that? Ah! I know where that one was. Wait for him to appear over here. That was a Romulan scout. So the
Station
Romulans
complete.
have found us. There they are.
Research complete.
So now, both the Cardis and the Romulans have found us. The question is, what will they do next? So, okay, we've done that way. We've got an M class here, and we've got Earth there. So what I might do is head down this way because my ship's never made it this far.
Understood.
So, right, now we have some more money together. I best actually start doing some upgrades on my ships again, thinking about it. I don't want to spend too much because I want to get some fleets together.
Adjust heading.
I will upgrade my phasers because obviously that's kind of main thing. It's going to help me in the long way. So what I'm going to do now is come back over here and build myself some Excelsiors.
Research complete.
Ooh, 7. And somehow I've managed to lose Voyager again. I'm beginning to think Voyager's not that good as she makes out to be.
Go ahead.
I think
What's
what
on
I
your
may
mind?
have to do is switch tactics. Give her the Hollow Fleet option. And possibly upgrade her.
Be ready for anything.
Unable to comply. Unable to comply.
Oh, and I've run out of fleet capacity.
Research complete.
So what I need to do now is go over here and research some fleets in a minute when I get some money together. But in the meantime, I've got 7 Excelsiors, so let's have a quick zoom and see if we've got any there. There we have. So this is the Excelsior design of the Star Trek film. I'm just trying to remember which one it was. It was either
Ship at full
2 or
readiness.
3. I want to say 3 because I think that's when they went searching for Spock, and that's from where the first transport drive first came about. During the upgrades of this one, if I can switch back to it, you can upgrade it so it's got the newest refit, which is something you see on one of the Deep Space Nine episodes when it goes against a Defiant. So
Research complete.
I shall show you the transition across for that one when I do get some more put together. Same for the Galaxy
All
class, that
sections
has an
report.
upgrade as well, which is quite a cool option. So what I'm going to do now, let's have a quick zoom in. What are you doing?
Prepare the
Get
docking
out of the way.
bays.
It's not a coffee break, you know. Get on with it. Find something to do. So I think all my ships are almost ready from here. I've got 3 left.
Ship at full readiness.
So yeah, I'll leave them as is. See if what else I can go through. Just get a couple upgrades going. Right, definitely need to do that. Right, that will help
Research
some money coming in.
complete.
So hopefully that should help me in the long run. What my guys up to at the moment. So fleet one's
Standing
there. So
by.
let's take them
Changing
here.
heading.
Be ready for anything.
If I had a couple of my scouts left or my colonizing ships, I could bring them down here and take over these asteroids and make them mine. The problem is, if you do that, this territory doesn't become yours. It just
Research
basically means
complete.
that's yours. So I would have to send some fleet down here to guard them at all times. And the Cardassians really don't want it. There we go. So what I might do is zoom in to the Triple Orly. For some bizarre reason, we've gone Italian.
Adjusting coordinates.
I do like the fact they built in all the engine houses into this.
Planetary system detected.
Whoa! Straight into battle. Yep, there we go. Stay with these. And it even renames them as the Star Drive and the Saucer, so that's quite cool. Never spotted that one before. And I think, yep. We're going with on the Enterprise model. That's where the battle bridge is. I may have to start watching the usual series just see if it just stand out much on there and see what that is. But I have just noticed yeah. It's like a visor, the Cylon. So it just needs to shout out it's now by your command. Looks like in the background. Federation looks like there's something on this. Oh, it's Pluto. So at the moment, it looks like we are about to take on this planet. So what I'll do is I'll send my fleet to take out that turret.
Initiate new attack pattern.
And I shall upgrade our capacity so we can actually colonize this world. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, I shall possibly pause the show there and pick it up next time with you guys. So let's let this last bit of battle go ahead.
Enemy vessels detected.
Zoom in. There's the fighters.
Research complete.
Someone's still fighting in the background there. That's my guys taking on one of the other turrets. So all I'm kind of waiting for at the moment, peeps, is that's the bit ahead. So
Understood.
let's take Pluto, and then I think I should call it a wrap for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Hello. Where are you?
Yellow alert activated.
There you are. Can't hide forever.
Crew standing by.
Crack on with it.
Bring engines to full. Helm, bring us about.
No, don't attack things.
Colonization was successful.
There we go. So we've got that planet now. So I shall save it there. And this is Draconian. Hoping you enjoyed the first video. Leave comments below. See what you think. Let me know if I'm talking too much, not enough. If you want more details. If you want any help with finding this game and help installing it. I will do a separate video just to go through how you do install the game on the system. It's fairly simple, but I know some people do struggle with it. So this is Draconian signing out.